these two men will know each other's move instinctively with 2 seconds before the other guy tries it.
Also, Steve, an interesting coincidence to point out here, or maybe it's not such a coincidence. Sal Rinauro has no problem parading out here with the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship, but where's the champion? You think Fast Eddie might be in his corner? Interesting scenario. I think Rinauro's afraid to share the spotlight with Fast Eddie. You think that could be it?
Well, he's sure not afraid to share the spotlight with the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship belt.
Oh, well, yeah, not as long as he's claiming it belongs to him.
Not only did he carry it out, he was wearing it.
What a bottom feeder. But regardless, as you stated earlier, Steve, the history between these two, how fitting that they were drawn to compete in the first round of this #1 Contenders Tournament.
That it is, and I mentioned before, that is the World TV title is a different sort of a schematic for either of these two athletes. So both have been slogged pretty much in the Junior Heavyweight Championship ranks. But World TV titles is an opportunity that I don't believe either of these two have ever been given that chance before.
And once more, fans, in case you missed it, at the top of the hour, Caprice Ice Coleman has been stripped of the World Television Championship. He suffered a severe spinal injury at a non-televised event, and bad luck continues to plague the World Television Championship reigns of Caprice Coleman. Now the second time he has had to forfeit that precious title due to an injury, but he will be back in action, and he will be facing the winner of this tournament to determine the new champion.
Well, Caprice Coleman, that guy has some of the worst luck. I'll tell you, he's had better luck when he didn't have the belt.
That's the belt. It's his love, it's his passion, but it's also his curse.
Yeah. Maybe Caprice Coleman should go for the Wildside Heavyweight Championship, and maybe this World TV thing is ultimately bad news, but I'm trying not to read any tea leaves or palms here on behalf of Caprice Coleman.
Definitely, and the story now is the advancement in this tournament to face Coleman, as these two bitter rivals are going to vie off here in this first matchup to see who advances. And we know Rinauro and Delay know each other so well here. Delay with a backslide pinning combination. Rinauro rolls over, but Delay looks like he's actually got a submission here. Now turns it back over into another backslide, but Rinauro still manages to hang on and locks a front double chicken wing.
The thing is, Salvatore Rinauro is not exactly known for his collegiate and amateur wrestling tactics. Actually, I'm trying to figure out what kind of tactics Salvatore Rinauro does use.
Well, let's see. Anything that breaks the rules, anything that puts the spotlight on Rinauro, and anything that puts the spotlight on Rinauro. No matter how he's actually a fine wrestler. I've seen Rinauro go toe-to-toe with some of the best, and he can hang in there. He has shown that he is a hell of a wrestler. He proved that as Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion. But the guy's method, his game plan, his attack, the way he goes about life in the day-to-day, he's a weasel, plain and simple.
Boy, I get the impression that you majored in Salvatore Rinauro psychology in Tennessee in your collegiate background, right?
No, I've just had plenty of dealings with this guy, and I definitely know how he operates. It's been no secret through his relationship that exploded with Ray Gordy, and now one with Fast Eddie that, let's face it, is on the road to destruction itself.
Well, let's hope that Fast Eddie and Ray Gordy will one day have a nice heart-to-heart backstage at the NWA Arena.
Rinauro cold cocks Delay. They're after an exchange and turning the tide and the pace of this matchup. But Delay would have been a fool to think that he would have got a clean technical matchup out of Rinauro.
I don't think Cool thought anything of the sort. I think Cool was definitely trying to get the psychological edge.
He would have definitely had to been prepared for that one. Delay up onto the top turnbuckle. Rinauro slides out.
And Kid Cool, quite obvious, paying attention to what is going on here. Kid Cool certainly not far into high-flying aerial tactics inside the ring and outside the ring. But they make a lot more sense if they're more intelligently executed.
Oh, definitely. And that's what Delay's got to look for here. He's got to be an intelligent wrestler, because despite the braggadocious and boisterous antics of Rinauro, he is a snake in the grass. He's very intelligent, and he's very calculating, and he knows how he's manipulating these people, even if it looks like a total 24/7 buffoonery job.
That's one of the nicest things that anybody's ever said about Salvatore Rinauro.
Well, that's not saying a lot.
I have noticed, yeah.
And Rinauro wrenching in on that side headlock. Delay's trying to power up here, trying to find his position somewhere.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. I see some more serious professional wrestling out of Rinauro when there's a belt on the line, or at least within the forecast. It seems like Sal Rinauro becomes just a little bit more serious about his craft. course, the taste and clothes is still as abominable as I can ever recall.
And Delay now with the side headlock, reversing that. He's got the arm wringer. Rinauro reverses it, arm wringer of his own. Delay is trying to feel him out here. Rinauro goes for the whip, but Delay quick counter and reversal. Seth Delay with a boot to the midsection. Goes for the nip up Rana, but Rinauro, knowing Delay as well as he does, able to avert that maneuver. Wait a minute, that may have been the maneuver there. No, Rinauro elbows to the back of the head. And yet again, Rinauro playing Delay like a fiddle, maybe not.
High risk indeed, but very cool and calculated, and it hit its mark, pun intended.
Well, I talked about the progression of intelligence in Seth Delay's game plan, and that was a prime example, saving the high-risk maneuver for a time when his opponent had no idea it was coming and being very successful in its execution.
And don't waste any time and such.
No wasted motion by Delay.
So Sal Rinauro is already being rocked by Seth Delay. But Rinauro has the wherewithal to get out of the way of a charging room.
Goes for the nip-up Rana again, but Rinauro again counters.
Maybe the nip-up Rana is not on the cards for tonight for the former Kid Cool.
And Rinauro stomping the face of Seth Delay in, and he's got to avoid that maneuver. That nip-up Rana has cost him twice. He's got to stay away from it. Rinauro knows him so well he can scout those things out. And there is the slingshot suplex. Oh, to Tully Blanchard from Sal Rinauro, hooks the leg.
I believe he calls that move the Tully Blanchard Fears Me, which speaks volumes over the man who committed the move.
Rinauro with another right hand. Again, controlling the pace of the matchup. Another slingshot suplex. Going for it a second time. Not the thing to do. Delay, it's a modified variation of the overnight sensation.
Oh, and drop Sal Rinauro on that two-car garage that Sal Rinauro calls a nose. Rinauro is rocked, but I don't think Seth Delay is in much better shape.
And the sheer mass of Rinauro's nose might make it the weakest point of his body.
Well, certainly it's the easiest to hit.
Trading very deliberate blows here. Delay gets the victory on that exchange, though, and connects with a spinning back elbow. Back body drop again, now Delay turning the tide. The nip-up Rana the third time is successful.
Surprised he went for it. I think Sal Rinauro figured that surely he would not go for it a third time, but he did. Sometimes if you know somebody so well, you might be thinking too hard about what they might be doing next.
Well, Delay, a snap Hurricane Rana out of the corner. He gets so much use out of that maneuver, and is so versatile in that head scissor takedown.
Easy. The legs of Seth Delay are the most talented part of his body. Oh, Rinauro using a little extra leverage there.
Only got a 2 count, but barely.
I think Mike Posey was pretty much wise in the ways of Sal Rinauro towards the end of that, the 2 count.
Good ring positioning by Posey there after the fact, but still. Boot to the midsection there by Rinauro. Overnight sensation on Delay. Playing mind games with him, and this could be all no.
Seth Delay manages to roll his shoulder, albeit just.
Well, it shows you why Delay's the master of that move, but he's not the master of the Phoenix Fury. But luckily he can avert it. He's gonna try it anyway. Phoenix Fury leg drop by Delay. Rinauro gets his shoulder up and just barely, just in the nick of time.
Both these men are on their last gasp, their last breaths. The speed that Seth Delay is going up to the top turnbuckle is evidence of that. Rinauro shakes the foundations loose. And Delay lands in a very precarious position on that top turnbuckle.
Super Phoenix Fury leg drop. This could be career-threatening, Steve, but Delay realizes the danger and sends Rinauro off.
Well, because Rinauro told him what it was going to be.
Seth Delay now on the top. Seth Delay, the delayed reaction.
And Seth Delay continues on in this tournament.
Tremendous, tremendous contest.
An incredible effort by Seth Delay. Boy, I'll tell you what, some of the cards were not in his favor.
Right. Tremendous matchup, I'll say it again. Wow, what a tournament this is shaping up to be for that #1 contender spot. Delay pulled out a victory in a great match, and he's got a road ahead of him to go, fans. But our main event is coming up next. The Wildside Tag Team titles are on the line. Stay tuned.